Part A involves metering of distribution transformers and feeders, automatic data logging of all distribution transformers and feeders, SCADA and DMS system, preparation of consumer indexing, GIS mapping of consumers in entire distribution network, IT applications for meter reading, billing and collection, energy accounting and auditing. And Mr. Shah was telling there is a 17 modules. We are establishing IT MIS for 17 modules, right, varying from consumer grievances management to energy auditing. 17 modules will be developed in each of the data centers. We have 29 states, in all 29 states we will be having a data center, and all these 1,400 towns will be ring-fenced. Their energy audit will be done, and the data will be transferred automatically to the data center and will be analyzed there. And as an establishment of IT-enabled consumer service, that's part A. And part B involves renovation of the old infrastructure, aging infrastructure, modernization and strengthening of the 11 kVA substation level infrastructure, transformers and transformer centers, reconducting of lines at 11 kVA level and below, because the voltage level above is handled by the transmission companies. Load balancing, HVDS, 11 kVA high voltage distribution supply is there. Aerial bunching of conductor in dense areas, because we have very strange phenomenon of hooking. When the lines, the naked wires go, there is a tendency of hooking and taking the power. That's a power theft. To avoid that, we are now planning aerial bunch cables and underground cabling in tools and major town areas. Replacement of electromagnetic energy meters with tamper-proof electronic meters. That's one major area of investment which we look forward. Installation of capacitor banks and mobile services. This will be part of the Part B program. And Part C, which I have not mentioned here, Part C is the initiatives for smart grids and other new innovative technologies. We have about 1,000 crores earmarked for that, for any pilot projects to be taken up. And that's where we come, the Smart Grid Task Force and the Smart Grid Forum. India do not want to be left behind in the race of the smart grid, which is happening all over around the world, and that's why the initiatives have been taken up in the last couple of months for establishing a formal setup to coordinate the efforts of the smart grid innovations. India, as you know, is a very big country with a lot of diversities. What is there happening in the north may be totally different from what's happening in the south. And the problems of the west is different from the problems in the east. So it's difficult to evolve a national consensus. But then we want a national consensus, national guidelines to be formed so that people, the India as a whole talk one language in the smart grid initiative. So the first one is the National Indian Smart Grid Task Force, which have been established as an inter-ministerial group. See, this is essentially a federal government setup where representatives of various ministries, the ministries of the power, ministries of internal security, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Science and Technology, Information Technology, Agriculture. Because agriculture is very important for the energy sector, because in India today, nearly 60 to 70%, 60% of irrigation is underground irrigation. There's a borehole irrigation which consumes a lot of power. We started off with surface irrigation when we got independence, but then over a period of time, the surface irrigation has stagnated, and the borehole irrigation, taking water from the subsurface, has become a major industry, and that consumes a lot of power. So that's where the Department of Agriculture is a part of it. And I'm told in India, in US, the Department of Agriculture handles the rural electrification. In India, the Department of Energy handles the rural electrification. So Agriculture, Ministry of Agriculture, Internal Security, Ministry of Power, Ministry of Renewable Energy, Department of Science and Technology, Department of IT, Department of Commerce, 18 ministries of the Government of India come under the Smart Grid Task Force to serve as government focal point for activities related to Smart Grid. And it is chaired by Mr. Sam Pitroda, as Mr. Prabir was telling by Mr. Sam Pitroda, advisor to the Prime Minister on Public Information Infrastructure. And objective is for developing the smart grid technologies in the Indian power sector. And this is the role envisaged in ensuring awareness, coordination, and integration of diverse activities related to smart grid technologies, R&D, intergovernmental activities, and interoperability framework, review and validate recommendations of the Smart Grid Forum. I'll come to the forum, but this essentially is going to be the most critical body which will recommend what type of technology. We will not say the X technology, Y technology, but what the general framework of technology that should be applicable in the country, and what should be the direction in which the smart grid technology should move. We have 5 working groups established. One is for the methodology of selecting pilots. I'll come to that. Now the Government of India plans to open up the country for getting bids for starting pilots on smart grid in the country. We are now, the working group, which is headed by Mr. Murugesan, would be collecting information of various smart grid initiatives taking place in various parts of the country. I found that many technology solution providers are approaching the utilities directly and trying to market their own technological solutions. So now what we are planning, the group 1 is planning to have, is to work out, collect information of all the working groups, all the technology that are happening in various parts of the country, try to bring it to the notice of the task force and try to evolve a consensus on the technology. And of course, we do not want to confine ourselves to one technology. We would like to have technology, but definitely with interoperability. That's what we want to do. We want everybody to talk in. India is a very interesting country because we have more than 1,000 dialects there, but we all communicate each other without any problem. So that's what we would like to have. We want technology to be different, but we want the entire power sector to talk in one language each other, so that there's not any inter-communication problem. As I said, we have now forming one grid for the entire country. Probably that's probably the biggest single grid entity in the world. That we don't want to lose that part of it. And second is the loss reduction and theft control, including data gathering and analysis. This is a very major initiative because data gathering, that's a small word there, but it has a lot of commercial implications. The meters, we have meters which are DLMS compliant. We have now come out with the guidelines for the meters in the country. But then many of the meters somehow do not work, or if it's working, it is probably not worked properly. So one of the main trust areas of the Smart Grid Task Force is to have a system which would eliminate human intervention. I'm coming to that later. So this is the second working group. It looks at various metering solutions, AMI solutions, which would try to get information, data back from the field and try to analyze the data and come up with solutions for reducing the AT&C losses. And the third group looks at the access to power, rural and urban areas, and quality power to urban areas. This is what this third group looks at it. If you look at it, the Indian urbanization is a very new phenomenon. A lot of urbanization has been taking place in the last couple of years, and if this trend continues, probably we'll have to have a special focus on these urban areas. That's why the urban power sector, the supply quality power to urban areas is a part of it. Okay? Interestingly, for information, there's about a 10,000 crore rupees parallel industry going on the parallel power supply sector. That's the inverter and the backup power systems. Because of the unreliable quality of power which had been supplying there. So this is a very huge industry which is there, about 10,000 crore industry, inverters and the DG